Something really scary happened last year, and it is the basis of my discussion today. On the 1st of September 2025, a young doctor named Dr. Femi Rotifa, who was 28 years old, was a resident doctor in Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital, Rivers State. This doctor was on a shift. Ordinarily, a shift is for 24 hours, where you work for a certain time, rest, and you continue. But Dr. Femi Rotifa worked for 72 hours straight in the emergency unit without rest. When he complained that he wasn't feeling too well and that he needed rest, they simply said no, that you cannot rest. And this reason was not because they wanted to punish him, it was because there were simply no more doctors that were going to take over or replace him. So what happened? He kept working, and when he decided that he wanted rest, he gave up. He died. Dr. Femi died because of the stress of work and because there were no doctors that could replace him. But here is the heart-crunching part of this story, that exactly 1 month before that was August, the government actually disbursed 108 billion naira across its parastatals, ministries, offices. And there was even a situation where the government actually approved, that's the government of Rivers State, approved 28 billion naira for a CCTV project in the government house. 28 billion naira for CCTV in Rivers State while a doctor was dying because there were no more doctors to replace him from work. We've heard of the statistics that there are at least 5,000 to 10,000 patients to one doctor. In simple English, it means that one doctor treats about 5,000 to 10,000 patients alone. Now, where am I going with all this? What I am trying to say is that there is a direct impact of corruption on the lives of citizens of Nigeria. That if a person steals 1 billion naira, someone somewhere will die because of that theft. That if somebody decides to steal 500 million naira that was supposed to be for a project or for a government institution that is meant to improve the life of citizens in one way, form, or capacity, and that person doesn't, instead he siphons the money into private accounts, someone somewhere is going to pay for it. A citizen, a Nigerian, a child, young person, or old is going to pay for the theft of that one political office or public office holder. Now, I'm going to show you the magnitude of corruption and how it directly affects the life of an average Nigerian living in Nigeria today. Before I go into that, please watch this clip so that it will give you an insight of our discussion.
So this post went viral on X, and I'm just going to read it verbatim. 128 billion electricity fraud, 210 trillion CBN fraud, 3 billion on fake airline, over 6 trillion missing in NDDC. All is missing, and you are still looking to tax Nigerians more while the looters of this money are still walking free. No recover, no justice. We are just moving on. And it went viral. And my brother N6 took it further, and he just went and asked Glock. He said, "Dear Glock, please read the tweet link I posted below. Then help me name 15 instances where massive amount of money have gone missing or unaccounted for by Nigerian government parastatals from 2015 till date. Please reply as briefly as possible. Thanks." With the love emoji. Then Grok went into action. For those that don't know what Grok is the AI tool for X platform, formerly called Twitter. And Grok came in and said, here are 15 reported instances of missing or unaccounted funds in Nigerian government parastatals from 2015 to 2026 based on public records. 1. Dasuki Arms deal, $2.1 billion, 2015. NNPC unremitted oil funds, $20 billion, 2015. Ikoyi apartment cash, $43 million, 2017. Minor pension scam, 195 billion naira, 2017. Jam revenue fraud, 5.8 billion, 2018. NNPC missing funds, 316 billion naira, 2018. NDDC mismanagement, 81.5 billion, 2020. COVID-19 funds probe, 100 billion plus, 2020. Humanitarian ministry scandal, 585 million, 2023. Nigerian air project, 85 billion naira, 2023. MFLA CBN fraud, 1.3 billion, 2023. 3.4 billion IMF loan, 3.4 billion, 2024. Power Ministry funds, 128 billion, 2025. NDDC missing funds, 6 trillion, 2025. CBN alleged fraud, 210 trillion 2025. My God. I'm sorry. God. He now went further and said, thank you, Glock. Can you expand it and add 15 more separate instances? Like it is not over. And Glock said, thank you, let's go. Here are 15 additional reported instances of missing or unaccounted funds in Nigerian government 2015 to 2026. 16. Malabu oil scandal, $1.1 billion 2017. Babachia Lawal scam, 544 million naira 2016. Ahmed Idris fraud, 109 billion 2022. Fuel subsidy scam, 2 trillion 2015 to 2029. Excess crude account, 2.2 billion 2015. NLNG dividends, $11.6 billion 2015. Chinese loan diversion, $600 million 2015. Police pension fraud, 32.8 billion 2015 plus. Kerosene subsidy bill, the billions were just written. No, it was not the amount was not listed. Immigration scam, $1 billion 2015. Stella Odua scandal, 225 million naira 2015. Farouk Lawan bribery, 620k 2015. XAG fraud, $6 million 2015. Ingige corruption undisclosed. MTN bribery case, 500 million 2016. These are 30 that have been put to the public domain. Scams, finances that have been looted from Nigeria in the space of 10 years of APC.
Now, after seeing this clip, I have one question for you. How many people has the court prosecuted and are actually serving jail terms because they stole from the public? None. I tried to look for, but all were in the past because I couldn't find any. And that is to tell you one thing, that we have laws, but these laws are not effective. That you can steal any amount in Nigeria and go scot-free. Nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, will happen to you. Because we have the ICPC, we have the EFCC, but all these institutions are, as a matter of fact, corrupt themselves. Now, I would be very senseless to think that Nigerians do not know their problems. If you go to a primary school, even nursery school, and ask, what is the problem of Nigeria today? At least a child can actually attempt giving you one. Most people will say corruption. A lot of people, in fact, will tell you corruption is the problem of Nigeria. And while this is very much true, that is just the tip of the iceberg. Because Nigeria's problem does not actually lie on the corrupt politicians alone, but that we have a very big problem with the people. That is you and I. The very people that are meant to do the basic fundamental civic duty of holding public office holders responsible, and the people that they have put in there to represent them. That Nigerians have a very big problem of not holding their leaders accountable, and that is what we are here to do today. In 2021, there was a man named Lau Xiaomin. This man was a financial executive officer and he stole about millions, embezzled the money, and when he was arrested and convicted, he was sentenced to death. This happened in China. This conviction happened in 2024. It also happened again where a Communist Party official by the name Li Jianping actually siphoned about $400 million, and when he was convicted, he was also executed. The names and figures are there for you to verify, so please do. Now, what am I trying to say? That China is not the most corrupt-free country. In fact, China is only an average corrupt-free country. But guess what? China used to be the most corrupt country in the world. What did they do? They made sure that they executed those persons that were corrupt. And what did it bring about? It brought about the minimality of corruption through public siphoning of money, embezzlement, and bribery.
Do you want to know how China got rid of corruption? Well, got rid of most of it. Death sentence. Yeah. They're like, oh, money laundering. Oh, it's just money. I'm not going to kill anyone. Death sentence. Because money collectively does more damage than it brings good. Even though you might not kill anyone, you indirectly kill millions, if not billions. So when it comes to money corruption specifically, death sentence. And that's how they got rid of corruption in China. I'm not saying all of it's gone, because we're humans.
Every single individual, both the ones living in the first world countries and the one living in the third world countries, have this tendency to be corrupt. And every single human being alive is by nature corrupt and wants to do evil. Everybody has the capacity to steal. But why do they not do it? Why do people not just go ahead practicing and doing things by instinct, things they feel like doing? Why do they not do it? Because there is a law that holds them responsible. That if you do this, you face this. If you steal, you go to jail. If you are corrupt and you siphon money, you either go to jail for life or you're sentenced to death. This to me is the only solution, that death penalty becomes the probable consequence of stealing and siphoning public funds, and that Nigerian citizens are involved in the pre-election and post-election activities of their country. Nigerians genuinely want change, but they are too scared to even accept the change that they want. They do not want to harm themselves, they do not want to face any form of violence, but they want change. Do you think that this evil entity in Nigeria today is going to give up power in peace? It is not going to happen at all. So Nigerians should be ready that the day that we decide to fight for our country, the country will fight back. And that a lot of lives are going to be claimed. Because the democracy you are in today, people died for it. The first world countries every Nigerian is trooping to, some people pay the price with their blood. We are not saying that you should go out there and get yourself killed because you want a better Nigeria. We are saying that Nigerians need to understand that there is a certain kind of peace that only war can bring. And until we get to that point where every single Nigerian, both young and old, rich and poor, knows that the Nigeria that we dream of and want cannot be gotten by mere words, cannot be gotten by ring lights and cameras, cannot be gotten by posts and tweets. It can only be gotten by revolution on the street and off the street. That is when the Nigeria we demand can actually come to fruition. Until then, I continue to stir up your mind for the Nigeria that we deserve and we want. My name is Zaka Timothy. Please subscribe so more people can see what we are doing here.